G'day there, mate. My name is Mr. Magilla-cutti, and welcome back once again to my channel. Today, I'm going to be telling you all a brand new story. This is Darksiders 2 Deathinitive Edition. As the name suggests, this is an enhanced version of the original game that includes all the DLC content that was released for the game. Anyway, a quick summary of what the story tells. This takes place not after the events of Darksiders 1, but rather during the events of number 1, or rather, to be specific, during the time War was in captivity, after he was accused of sending about the apocalypse. So in this story, we'll be following War's older brother, Death, the eldest of the four horsemen. Now, as the story goes, after hearing that his brother has set about the apocalypse prematurely and brought ruin to the kingdom of man, War has been imprisoned for his crimes, despite his claims of innocence. So now, he's the eldest of the four horsemen. Death rides now to find a way to bring humanity back and erase War's crime. So he goes out to seek the Keeper of Secrets, the Crowfather himself. But what awaits him along the way. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. Yes, I did a previous recording of this before, but I just wasn't happy with the results. I was just yammering on about everything. Anyway, let's get started. Autosave notification, thank you. Now, I'm going to be playing on Deathinitive difficulty for the trophy and for the challenge, because I'm pretty sure you SOBs would love to see me struggle, wouldn't you? Anyway, enough of that. Listen to the tale about to be told.
There can be no life without order. Good, evil, darkness, light. There must be balance in the universe. Such is the decree of the Charred Council, an ancient body charged by the Creator to preserve the very fabric of existence. But the balance has been broken. Even now, Earth smolders in ruin, fallen to the demon lords, and the Destroyer carves a new kingdom amongst his mighty chosen. Some say the Horseman War triggered the apocalypse, that he rode to Earth unbidden and doomed all of mankind. But what of the other horsemen, fearless enforcers of the Council's will? What of fury, strife, and death? To know those names, you must first know another. Nephilim, cursed union of angel and demon. The Nephilim countless realms pursued and burned them to ash. But four amongst them grew weary of the slaughter and feared their conquest would imperil the balance. And so a truce was made. The four would serve the Council in exchange for unimaginable power. Thus were the dreaded horsemen formed, and the riders' first task was to purge their own brethren from creation, to annihilate the Nephilim and destroy their souls. Let us now cast our gaze to one amongst the four, not War, who lies chained at the Council's feet, professing his innocence, but one who would save his brother above all else. He has many names: Kinslayer, Executioner, Death.
And there you have it. Much more better storytelling than I can do. So here we are at the Ice Veil. Yes, that's the exact name of this.
For War's freedom, Death swore that he would resurrect humanity. But he knew not how this might be done. And so Death rode forth into the icy veil to find the Keeper of Secrets.
here he is. Death walks among thee. Okay, so unlike the first game, where we were limited with where we can summon our horse for war, ruin, Death, this game is more free roaming at that, along with being an RPG as well, but has some RPG aspects. Now, as you see there, when you see the icon glow on the screen there, that means you can summon and summon despair. So once again, L1 and R1 is to summon and banish them. And R1 itself is the charge. Uses stamina. Sorry, still just a bit tired there. But yeah, the RPG elements, I don't know why they decided to change it up a bit from what it was in number 1, but personally, I like this. I quite enjoy this than when number 1 was before. That doesn't mean that I dislike Darksiders 1. I enjoy it very much. Buddy. Sorry about that, my brother was asking me questions. Okay, for the first taste of combat. Now, unlike War, Death is more agile, more light on his feet. But that's not to say that he isn't strong. He's quite well versed in melee combat, as well with magic as well. If I were to describe Death, I would say Assassin would be the right class for him. Well, rather... You know, I'm not really sure. Because he uses these... Well, that was oopsie on my part. That's what happens when you get distracted. Okay, now another aspect of the RPG bit here is that equipment found can actually be equipped to Death. And as we saw here, he's the equipment is actually shown on his own body. Now, my thoughts on Death between War. War is more has his feet to the ground sort of a guy, while Death is light on his feet, moves swiftly across the battlefield, taking them down with one strike if he can. Also, that form you saw before, that is Death's his Reaper form. Anyway, before I get too much into rambling, as you saw before, if I jump against the wall there, I can actually run across it. Much like Assassin's Creed style. So yeah, once again, Death is more versatile than his other brethren. And as you see, the yellow glint we picked up is actually gold itself. Okay, what we got here is some health potions. And to use health potions, you have to use the left directional button, or to use Wrath Potion, use the right directional button. Excuse me. And again, as we see here, Death's main weapon of choice is his scythe. Now, I know in biblical lore, Death is described as carrying a great scythe. However, in the game here, he actually wields dual scythes, which actually can join together to become a great scythe itself. Which is actually a nice touch. Because that is the best way to describe actual Death itself. It comes swiftly for you, unknowingly when it comes. Okay, we have here our first heavy weapon. Now, with the X button, you can use these light weapons, and with the triangle button, you can use these heavy weapons. Sorry about that, my brother keeps asking me questions. Okay, now Death actually can traverse across the gap the world a lot more, such as on these beams here. Jump, I can move up and down there, and It's unlike the previous game, you hold L2 to lean away from the vertical beam so you can jump across. And there we have the Crow Father himself. Madder than that box of snakes. Now, unlike the first game here, you can actually combo between the X and the square and the triangle button between heavy and light attacks. And a bit of a change here. Unlike War, Death can't block his enemy's attacks. He has to rely on his swiftness on the battlefield to dodge an enemy attack. Now the items here are just pretty much regular common stuff, so no need to worry about the stats here. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I will be doing a 100% Let's Play of this, covering the where you can get the treasure chests, doing the side quests, all the collectibles, and covering all the other DLC content as well. Now that being said, sorry about that. That being said, there is one particular area we can't fully explore yet until we actually do New Game Plus, which is a bit stupid if you ask me, but I don't know if you can do about it. So, with that being said, once I fully complete the game, I'm going to be running back through it again, so I can get up to the point, so I can actually take on that certain area. As for what it is, I will tell you about it shortly once I get up to that point where I can unlock it. It won't be set too far ahead, hopefully. Should be about within the first hour of the game that you can unlock it. Yeah, as you see there, Death, he actually puts his slides together in order to make a greater one. Which is actually a nice design for him. Now again, the big giant skeletal form you saw him before is his Reaper form. Much like how War has his Chaos form, Death here has his Reaper form. And I think every one of the horsemen has their own awakened form, I think they're called. I just can't remember what Fuse is called, and I have no idea what Strikes is, and whether or not it actually is in Darksiders Genesis. Health potion. Now, a bit of a side note, you can only carry up to 5 health potions at a time, same goes with Wrath potions, so keep that in mind. If you want to carry more, be sure to use another one, use one of them right away and pick it up. And here we have our first boss of the game. An ice giant. Okay, on the bottom there, he's a health bar. And also, oh yeah, supposed to off out of that too. Once again, hold L2 to lock on the enemies, or focus on them. And while holding L2, press R1 in the direction you're holding the stick in order to dodge out of the way, like I've been showing. Also, if you see on the top left corner of your screen, you see 3 bars there. And the 2 potions, your 2 potions that you have. The spiral there is meant to be Death's Reaper gauge, which we haven't unlocked yet. The light pink bar is his experience bar, so once that fills up, you gain a level up. The green bar represents his health, and the blue bar represents his wrath or his abilities. Again, like in any other game fashion, once that health bar hits 0, game over. Okay, I did all the way there. Okay, we got to see Death's Reaper form in action. If you ask me. I mean, don't get me wrong, War's Chaos form is badass and all, but Death? Brr. Okay, another new little mechanic here. If you see a small wooden beam pop it on the wall like that, you can actually use that to extend your run across wall run. Such as so. So keep that in mind when you're looking in the environment. Once again, circle the interaction with other objects. Also, as for that crow you see there that's disappeared for us, that is Dusk, another one of Death's companions. He actually helps Death in finding his way around, and actually does that in the game as well. Talk about unstable. Okay, so once again, first, we're gonna make our way across here, up here. And just keep following Dusk. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is a wall jump. We crawl on the wall a bit, then press X to jump across the other one. This place is definitely not stable. If I would have guessed, Tom doesn't agree with us, well, someone's trying to keep us down. Ooh. Yeah, someone definitely doesn't want us here. Climb up here to the top one, move across, and jump. Go to the other side, then continue to climb upwards. Now, as you see there are gold pieces we can pick up in order to trade in at vendors. Yes, Volgrim is not that merchant, only merchant we're going to be seeing in this game. There'll be other merchants here that will trade us all sorts of goods, be it potions, weapons, and other items. Weapons, armor, other and artifacts too. Artifacts are like trinkets that are used to boost certain stats. Oh, no. Dang it. Try that again. Now again, much like War, Death is not at his full strength due to the fact that the 7th seal hasn't been broken yet. So it's clear to say that their power lies mostly behind this 7th seal, as we saw at the end of the Darksiders 1. So War is pretty much as weakened as... Death is pretty much as weakened as War was. Anyway, as we saw there, Death can actually jump up to a poster and climb up top there, or he can lower himself down with pressing the circle button. Now, another neat trick, if you hold forward and press X in succession like this, you can actually do a skip jump across, and I think that's the best time for it. And across this way, up here, jump. Cross, jump, done, and jump again. Again, very versatile, very agile, and very, very cool. Gonna be quiet up here, guys. There's a cutscene.
Keeper of secrets, I need your help.
I helped you once before, Horseman. Look at me now. How I cursed that day. How I curse you.
Careful, Crowfather. I'm not here to put you out of your misery. Not yet.
I know why you've come. Your brother, the one called War, he's been imprisoned by the Charred Council and awaits their judgment for dooming the Earth. For mankind's extinction. Why should I care about your brother's fate?
Because you know the truth. Your secrets can save him.
The Council will condemn War. strip him of power, let him rot in oblivion, to hide the truth. My secrets cannot prove his innocence, horseman.
No, but they can help me to erase the crime.
Bring mankind back from extinction. Madness.
If it's madness, who better to show me the way?
Should a way exist, you will find it here.
The Tree of Life. Let me pass.
Not yet. That which you gave me, you will take it back.
In exchange for its secrets, you agreed to keep the amulet.
No. The voices, they curse and threaten without end. They cry to return. You must destroy it!
I cannot.
You annihilated their flesh. Why do you guard their souls?
Open the portal.
You will not pass while I live.
So be it.
Here your brethren are trapped in eternal torment. Do you wish to join them? And what of war? Would you kill your brother to save your precious balance?
He is innocent.
Are you so certain?
Yes, thank you for reminding us of what we need to do. So we are facing war, or rather something that looks like one. Now Death is definitely not one to take nonsense. Now, with this fight here, Shadow War here, as I like to call it, will keep blocking your attack. Well, rather, will attempt to block your attack. Now, you need to be careful and keep dodging sideways instead of backwards. Otherwise, yeah, that will chomp across. Yeah, as you see, he just starts to block your out attack. Death is certainly bad, I'll say that much about him. I just sometimes have no patience when it comes to fights. Okay, that was a combo there that you can pull off by going square, get square, pause, and then square again. Also, a bit of something I should mention, with this dodge ability here, if he dodges 3 times in succession, he will do a third dodge like that, which can leave you vulnerable, so be careful. one of the Crow's father's illusions, said, yeah, we have beaten war, or rather a shadow of them. Let's see what you have to say.
Open up the portal. Your secrets die with you, old fool.
My secrets, but not yours. The uncountable worlds of our universe swirl in an endless abyss. Many worlds ravaged by time or conflict are swallowed by the abyss, returned to the nothingness from which they were formed. But others linger for eternity on the brink of annihilation, that creation might be balanced with destruction. And in the final moment of battle, death was banished to one such world in the autumn of its life, yet not far from the edge of darkness. Had death been sent to his doom, that answer would be found in the horseman's future and in his past.
Be still, horseman. You are wounded.
Don't touch me.
Your arrival here is a bad omen. Yes. Troubles me greatly.
Old one, there's more trouble ahead if you don't start making sense. Where is the tree of life?
Life? This world is dying, lad. Choking on chaos and corruption. We can do little to stop it. Soon, the great tree too shall perish, and with it, the last of my people. Is that not what brought you here, Pale Rider?
I seek the tree. Your chaos and corruption don't concern me.
Yes.
It seems we
Yeah, you're right about that. So again, we just need to take down all the enemies and then we can move on. So now, as we saw from the cutscene, the shards which contain the Death Brethren, I believe the Nephilim, are now trapped within the crystals which contain them are now embedded into his chest. So they've got full twisted fate.
You fight well, but this corruption can't be beaten with a blade. Seek out the Forged Sister. Ask her about the fire of the mountain. Help her, and she will help you reach the tree. As for me, I must return to my work.
Now in this game we actually have different dialogues we can choose from. Ugh, sorry. Ate a bit of garlic bread and now got the hiccups. Who are you?
And who are you to command a rider?
I am a maker, older than even the Charred Council. These hands have laid the foundations for many worlds, but that was long ago. And now, they but hardly know the touch of stone.
If you're wondering if the statue looks familiar, that's because it reminds us of Ufang, the Black Hammer from the first game. So, Ufang himself is a maker.
Are you not curious as to why I seek the tree?
I would not presume to question one of the four, but yes, tell me.
I must restore humanity to redeem war.
Heaven and hell battle upon the shattered earth. All creation trembles, and at the center of it all stands your brother.
He is innocent.
I never said he wasn't. The tree holds power over life and death. If you would resurrect humanity, then you are headed in the right direction. Be warned. A dark presence dwells now within the tree, and the path is barred by corruption.
Okay. So now we must seek out the Forge Sister. So we acquired skill points. This is something new that was added to Darksiders 2, which actually makes it unique. So, like any other RPGs, we have skill points which we can allocate, or whatever the word is, to gain new skills or level up certain abilities. God damn, this hiccups. So, give me a sec. You have leveled up. Every level grants a skill point which is used to purchase new abilities. Press Option to enter the character menu and spend your point. So we have two skill trees here we can choose from. Harbinger and Necromancer. I'm going to do Teleport Slash here. Death teleports across the battlefield and delivers a violent scythe attack that deals damage and restores Death's health. So that would be handy. Now there's 3 levels of this. Now on the left there you see the Reaper gauge. I think every time you get a skill point allocated, it counts towards the Reaper gauge, thus making it allowing you to stay in it for longer. Yeah, purchase a new skill. Press down on the down button to access the radio and use the skill or assign it to an action button. Using skills during Wrath and can be restored by striking enemies or using a Wrath potion, so much like the first game. So I'm going to assign Teleport Slash to here. Now, if we look behind here, as it says on the minimap, there's a treasure chest. God damn, these hiccups. Excuse me. Sorry if I'm not talking here, guys. I'm just trying to get rid of these hiccups. Now you can go to the option menu to access information on certain things like certain abilities for things you may have missed in the tutorial and all that. Ugh, Christ. And here we are at Tristone. And over here is where we're supposed to meet the Forge Sister. Ugh, goodness me. Now this guy is someone we're going to talk to in a little bit later. As for that statue over there, that is something I'll get into more detail a little bit later.
Maker's beard. The rumors are true. A horseman in the Forge lands. The name's Alia, and that's my brother Valis. We are the keepers of this forge, though I reckon that means less now than once it did.
This is a Maker's Forge?
Nay, the Maker's Forge is lost to us, silenced by the hands of corruption. But in its depths we once crafted the dark towers of hell and the cities of heaven.
Now you make trinkets?
And you, one of the 4, now seek the aid of the Makers? I guess we've all fallen from high places.
I came here seeking the tree, and your elder speaks of fire. What is it?
Aye, the fire of the mountain, the Stonefather's blood. It once flowed into our forge, as did the tears. Both imbued our craft with incredible power, the heart and the soul of stone. But corruption has taken them, and now our forge is silent.
Why does this concern me?
The way to the tree is lost, barred by corruption. You can no more leave this place than we. Restore our forge, and the tree can be reached.
I don't follow your reasoning.
We are makers, not warriors. But we are not without our weapons. Before the forge was lost, we crafted a mighty creature of soul and stone. A colossus to fight this corruption. But to awaken him requires a maker's key. And we need our forge to craft one. Will you help us?
Sorry about that. I was trying to get a drink. Okay, the Cauldron.
What is this cauldron?
A temple built in the shadow of Stonefather's Peak. There, the fire of the mountain was harnessed and passed into our forge. Ride east of town, ride through the charred pass, and towards the cindery peak of the Stonefather. There, you will find the cauldron.
Your brother is quiet.
Man of no words, your brother.
But hardly silent. His voice is the ring of the hammer and the roar of the white flame.
Yes, he works while you talk.
His tongue is just... This tongue is just as sharp as his scythes.
I may have need of a blade.
Is your need greater than ours, horseman? I think not. We fight for the survival of our realm and our kin. Prove worthy, and mayhaps we can do business.
Okay, so... Oh, flippin' heck.
What
So we
brings
have a
you
new
before me?
objective.
Good luck.
And that is to talk to Fane again. Ugh. Oh, God. Okay, I believe Fane... Yep, Fane... Ugh, Fane is up there. But before that, we're gonna go over here and, talk to the other resident here.
We've been awaiting your arrival, horseman. Your shadow has long hovered over this realm.
Many know the Reaper, Old One, but I don't know you.
We are the builders of this world, but corruption seethes at its heart and destroys in days what we shaped over eons. Adar does his best to soothe our pain, but our souls yearn for only one comfort: death. We are without hope.
Changing fate.
Horseman, do you ever doubt your future?
No.
So one like yourself would set out to change a fate that displeases him. That is a long and dangerous path, even for death himself.
How is that your concern, Shaman?
Only that I am skilled at crafting talismans. If you gather the proper materials and return them to me, I'll make a potent talisman to aid you on your journey.
What do you require?
Stalker's bone, mordant dew, and carven stone. It is not a simple charm.
Where can I find them?
Somewhere in the Forge Lands. I rarely leave Tristone, but that pup Khan is always out exploring. He can tell you more, no doubt.
Corruption.
Tell me, Shaman, what is corruption?
I only know what I fear it to be. That corruption is hate given life, and that hate does not come from trees or stones, but from ourselves.
You despair, Old One, and yet raise life from the earth.
I am a shaman, bound to this task even as our days darken. We are as the vines, coming to root, then to flower, and then to decay, dropping seeds upon the dust. A circle everlasting. I cannot stop it, nor can I stop you.
Tell me more about the Tree of Life.
The forest around the tree has been corrupted. It hungers. You cannot reach the tree, not with breath still in you.
Shaman, tell me
The
what you
path of
see.
a brother troubles you. It is your past, but also your future.
Okay, we obtained a pauldron of the horseman. Horseman. Moria, the maker shaman, gave you this pauldron. The path of your brother troubles you, she says. It is your past, but also your future.
Stone, wood, iron, these are the gifts of the makers.
Oh, Christ. So we've got a new quest, Shaman's Craft. Track down Thane and talk to him to find where we can find this stuff. Now the Cauldron there is actually a bit of shoulder armor. Wrong way. God damn it. However, I cannot equip it yet until I'm level 5. It's not ready. Oh, goodness Christ almighty.
The Reaper. It's about time you came. The Makers are dying, and our realm. We few are all that remain.
A warrior's life is never easy, old one.
Aye, not easy, but simple. I always saw my end with blade in hand, a field of enemy dead before me.
And what glorious end awaits you hiding behind these gates?
You cannot fight corruption, nor can you harm it. You can only kill those it has claimed. Every blow I strike against corruption is a blow against my own people. Muse on that, Rider, before you mark me as a coward.
Do what you must for your kin, old one. For mine, I ride to the Cauldron.
Horseman, you'll find not that way, but trouble. If you fancy your corruption waste deed, that's as good a place as any. You know, there's a reason this gate is here. And if you were a friend, I wouldn't let you pass. But then, who is friend to death?
Tell me the Cauldron's secrets.
Have you wisdom to share, or was it long since knocked loose in battle?
Wisdom ain't like teeth. I've plenty left. Enough to stay clear of the Cauldron. The ancients filled it with right nasty traps. But one so clever as yourself will surely elude them.
Smart ass. So we could come to Thane here and talk to him when we want to train for new skills. Harvester of Revenge. Thane showed you a new move, Harvester of Revenge, to help you on a journey. You can purchase additional moves by selecting each train option. Use Harvester of Revenge by pressing R1 to forward evade and press square at the same time. So select moves list in the inventory to review combat moves.
Horseman. The fire is more valuable than I, Horseman. You should make haste to the temple.
That's not the whole story.
Fire alone won't save your realm. You speak of the Forge.
Aye. Without the fire and the tears of the mountain, without the forge itself, we have no means to clear the forest and reach the tree of life.
What then?
Our power is over creation, yours over death and despair. You are Nephilim, Lord of Destruction. Perhaps in that, there is hope.
Just how old is the Forge?
It is as ancient as the realm itself, and perhaps even older. It is said the Forge was the first thing we makers built, that in its depths, we shaped entire worlds.
Sorry, I was having another drink. Alright, so we're gonna make our way to the Maker's Forge. Well, rather, we're gonna do it in the next episode. Now, down here, Death can swim, so hold triangle to swim down and X to swim up. Now these ferrymen, boatmen coins can be used to trade with the merchant in Volgrim for some unique items. So be sure to find them around the world when you can. Gonna go up here. And have a look around. Over here. Nope. Okay, so this is just the way back up. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. Also, another thing I noticed that unlike War in the first game, Death doesn't have a double jump. And here we are in the forges. Ooh, ugly. Whew. Reminds me of Sauron. I see you. So once again, we can summon Despair and ride across this land. So we know that. So we're going to follow the orange icon on the mini-map there. That will actually show us where our next objective is, much like it was before in Darksiders 1. Gotta love the work they've done on this game. They expanded the world so much. Okay, here we are in the Weeping Crag. Now there's some stuff we can actually do over there, but I wouldn't be able to get anything and everything until I get some more abilities later on. And I recognize that symbol.
Come closer. See what Volgrim has to offer. Greetings, horseman, and welcome. I've been expecting you.
Volgrim. What brings you crawling out of the shadows?
I wouldn't want to lose my most valuable customer. Not to what lurks at the edge of shadows. So here I am, to offer my wares.
Do you know that I don't? I'm not here by choice, demon.
I merely followed the trail of carnage. Your blades are as sharp as ever. Even still, I may be able to help you. I carry things others would frown upon. Go on, take a look. You won't be disappointed. Fresh merchandise.
Okay, we can respect here for 1,000 gold. Or we can pick up a legendary artifact. A sacrificial artifact of unknown origin, so we don't know what it is. And we have different boxes here, which is much like loot boxes. Contains a random possessed weapon. Now, possessed weapons are a special type of weapon. We'll go into much more detail once I actually get my hands on one. But in the meantime, I'm going to sell this stuff. Oh, I'm not selling that yet.
Another time, demon.
Until then, perhaps you'll grant me a small indulgence. There are pages missing from the Book of the Dead. I believe many lie along your path. If you bring them to me, your reward will be substantial.
And so will be my damnation.
Okay, so we have a new side quest to find pages of the Book of the Dead. Now, I believe there are about 40 pages in the whole game altogether. I can't remember, 40 or 50, or something along those lines. But anyway, I'm going to end it here today, guys. That's as much time as I'm going to get out of this. I know I'm probably going to go for a little bit longer, but I'd rather not do something in the middle of something. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to hit that like button. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and show your support for the channel, especially if you want to help me get some new content now. Anyway, enough of my rambling. That's it for today's episode. Thank you all once again. I hope you all have a good day. Take care of yourselves and drive safely, people. Bye-bye.